Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back. Here's the one single most important part that everyone misses in the process of doing whatever it is they're doing, and that is lifestyle. It seems many people are under the impression that they can receive some documents and to them it makes sense and they can just put it in and now they have an upper ground. And once that paper is sent in, they just forget about it. They go back to being a mundane, everyday state of mind. It's not going to work if that's how you do things. Your lifestyle is your habits, and your habit is no different than the cycles of nature within your own mini universe. Your lifestyle have to revolve around competency, education, and knowing the intricacies of these things, of pen and paper, the operation of law, the intent of the law itself. This is the reason why most people fail. Most people fail to shed the trash of a state of mind that they have, of a mundane state of life. They fail to comprehend that the problems that they're facing and their intent to use the foundational laws and the operation and the harmonious with it to assist them. That itself is a call for action for a change of lifestyle. People want to keep doing the same old thing to get a different result because that same old thing they did is what got them into the problem that they're currently in. And nature is telling them the only way that they can get out of that thing that they got themselves in doing the old ways, they have to do the new ways, because the old ways was what got them in this issue. That simple fact people fail to realize. People think because they found some conditional acceptance paperwork talking about persons, talking about produce this, produce that, they think that is synonymous with former discovery and disclosure. They think that is synonymous with affirmative defense. They think that's synonymous with jurisdictional challenge. All those bullshit people put in, conditional acceptance, proof of life, bill of particular, or at least the way people format it and the template people use. All that crap does not exist in the operation of law. And if the verbiage like bill of particulars exists, what you're writing inside that thing that you call bill of particulars is what's observed, not what you title the piece of paper. And the type of people that typically just do these things arbitrarily are those who don't want to change their lifestyle. They don't want to study. They don't want to educate themselves. They just want to find the most comfortable thing and throw it out there and hope it will work. You have to know what you are doing for it to work for you. Those papers that you putting out there are just messengers for someone. That someone is you. In other words, those papers are synonymous with planetary systems that revolve around a sun. Those papers are the planets, and you are what they revolve around. You are the sun to the paper that you're sending out. Those papers revolve around your life force and your competence. Whenever anyone opens that piece of envelope and starts to read those papers, there's a level of light that is revealed to them, even if it's a template. And that level of light is your lifestyle, your competence, and your level of intelligence that would show on that piece of paper beyond the words on it. Humans are naturally spiritual beings. We can feel things by touching, by seeing, by smelling. Even if we've yet to consciously develop it, it is part of our default settings. Like you will have a phone with a default setting of certain things, when the screen timeouts, whether the way that you access it is through a shape or a pen or words. A default setting of a phone, just like that exists, there's a default setting to human beings, and that is our spiritual nature. Even if it's the most ignorant man or woman that's dead in the mind, they still have that ability to touch things, hear things, and be able to automatically feel the level of power in it. If your lifestyle is dead and your light is dim and low, then those papers are also dead, dim, and low. It is that simple. You are the center of attraction, the sun, to which all those papers revolve around, like a planetary system revolves around the sun. If your light is dead, your papers are dead. And if you are not on point, those papers will do nothing for you. Even worse, those papers that you sending out has never worked for anyone in the past. And you are so foolish enough to send it out without first doing your due diligence and figuring out, has this worked? Or why can this work? You read the things in there, it stimulates you, but the state of mind you're reading it from is from the state of mind of someone who is incompetent. So when anything is fed to you, you would accept it. You read, I conditionally accept this upon proof of claim of this. To you, that's something. But according to the operation of law, you have just tagged yourself like an owner would tag its cow. When you send that into your court case, that's a sign to them saying, oh, this is one of our properties. Now we're going to do a Feretta hearing. And if you do file something, we're just going to ignore it because you don't know what you're doing. And that's good for us. But we can't tell you otherwise. You're enslaving yourself. People don't want to handle reality. People want to run away from it because people don't want to change themselves. Many people fail to realize that the first thing you ever need to do with anything to work for you, whether it's dealing with pen and paper, the operation of law, or any other aspect of life, you first need to change. Self-development is important. That first stage of self-development by way of competency and education and having interpersonal skills and emotional intelligence and spiritual intelligence. People omit all that attribute and just go in gung-ho like they're down the street with somebody yelling and harking and barking at someone. There's a different culture and etiquette involved in pen and paper. And people don't want to get that. And because people don't want to get that, they will never get solution and remedy. They're taking an old state of mind of trash into a world where remedy exists. The remedy will not reveal itself. It will not assist you because you're still taking an old state of mind that got you into the issue itself. You need to shed that state of mind and build a new one. And the only way that is done is through consistent change of habits, aka your lifestyle. The things you read, things you listen to, how you think, how you approach situations must change. See, it does not take much mind power to wake up, take a shower, brush your teeth, go to work, pay bills. It doesn't take much effort in the mind. It doesn't take much fuel, emotional or spiritual fuel to do those things. Although those activities take more from you in the long run. But when it comes to your direct interaction with them, when it comes to actively figuring things out, it doesn't take much. You can just go into automated response to do those things. But when it comes to solution and getting yourself out of the bullshit that you're in, whether it's by your own doing directly or indirectly, or maybe it's just a natural cycle of things letting you know, all right, get up, do better, be better. That takes some effort. And the first effort that's required is common sense. Common sense have to first be instilled in people for them to realize that what they seek as a solution goes far beyond the mundane, typical stuff that they rinse and repeat as habit, as lifestyle. In order for you to get a solution, you would have to change. Most people don't quite get that. The sad part is 90% of the information most people will come across when it comes to the operation of law is also trash. So now it will take them 3, 4, 5 years to build up the most minimal level of discernment. The issue with information, specifically misinformation, is when people are introduced to misinformation, they accept it as the final aspect of reality. They vouch for it. They run after it. They perpetuate it. They don't think twice. Think twice. Change your lifestyle. Increase your spiritual and emotional intelligence. Only then would any supposed remedy would ever work for you. Otherwise, you're still lying to yourself. Hey, beautiful people. I'm inviting you to come join my Patreon page. We speak about everything we don't speak of here on YouTube on the Patreon page. We speak of establishing privacy in many different means, how to hold tortfeasors liable, the different types of discharge, and the steps to actually do it. Now I'll be showing my own proof of the success, the intricacies involved in why and how it works, and the things no one else would tell you because they've never discharged themselves. The intricacies of settlements, suing people, and many other basic things like other tools that you can use privately, things of spiritual nature, because this goes beyond what you observe with your five senses. And if you just want to limit your remedies to just what you observe with your five senses, think again, because the other side is not playing in that realm. It's not an even playing field. Other things like study tools are shown things regarding trust and asset protection and how to layer trust properly the way people seek it, and the advantage of how to do it. Banking, the functionality of how they function, and the validity of it that a lot of people misuse or are misled by, where they think, oh, these other guys are bad, so now I have to just go into argument mode. No, you don't always have to argue. The law is perfected for your benefit if you're competent about it. Many things regarding child support, different examples of settlement checks, and the videos on it, the different aspect of how you can broaden your mind internationally beyond the little chicken scraps that people are picking up when it comes to passport and things of that nature, how banking work, how property protection work, the details of copyright, tort, privacy, different types of trust, the intricacies, and exactly why and how they are done, the intricacies that people from other parts of the world know about trust that you don't. Just because you read something on social media and whatnot doesn't mean you really got it. The intricacies of how to use certain jurisdiction and the stuff everyone speaks of. More in child support, more in trust, more in court, more in spiritual nature of things, etc., etc. The fact that tax avoidance is different from tax evasion. The importance of things in commerce and how to actually function in commerce. How to actually really do things as a natural person is beyond speculation. But let me give you this caveat. If you're looking for a cookie cutter or some quick fast food way, this is not it for you. Either here on YouTube or on Patreon. But if you're serious about your education and the function and application of it, rather than the mere accumulation of information, then come on over on Patreon. There are things we speak about over there that are universally and exponentially beneficial compared to that of the ones we speak of on YouTube. And more importantly, the practicality and the actual use of it. Take care. Best of luck.